Is it smart for you to be posting links and QR codes in the backs of your novels, ebooks, etc.? Yes, it is. But is it smart to do it the way that 99.9% of authors do it? Absolutely not. So let's break down how you can be doing this in an intelligent way so that in the future you do not have to redesign entire novels when things go awry. So here's the scenario, the synopsis of what people typically do. They will take a link, it's a weird long link connected to a book funnel, connected to a place to review things, connected to somewhere, and that link will no longer work. It will break. There will be issues. You don't want to send people to those locations anymore. It's a problem. People will do the same thing with QR codes, those little squares with the dots in them, so that people can scan them and go to a location. Most authors just use the very basics of what they have, and they have messy, ugly links that just don't work for very long in the future. So how do we fix this? Well, it's actually incredibly easy, and most people just don't want to do half a second of extra work. So let me break this down for you. When it comes to posting links or QR codes, it's all going to come down to the specific link that you use. Now, remember, links can break, links can cause problems, links can misdirect people to the wrong places. It's a whole vibe. So we want to avoid that nonsense. We want to have one specified link that you then have control over if something should happen, so that you don't have to redesign your entire book or have broken access to things inside of the backs of your books. So what do? Go to your website. If you are an author who does not have a website yet, you are not prepared to run an author business. You need to stop what you're doing and go get a website. Websites are incredibly easy to buy. They're very cheap for you to run every single year. So easy to do this. So you're going to grab your website, and then inside of your control panel for your website, you are going to create a subdomain or an extra link. It doesn't necessarily have to be a subdomain, but that tends to work better for people. So your job here is to grab a subdomain. So it's just going to be something.yourwebsite.com. So for instance, if you wanted to learn more about my Golden Trilogy, it's goldeninfo.kmrobinsonbooks.com. This is my own subdomain. I can then take my subdomain, go into my control panel, and reflect it or redirect it to whatever link I want. Now, right now, I have that link redirected to a books to read link where it has all of my ebooks auto-populated and linked so people can decide which provider they're going to purchase my book from. Now I can put that link, goldeninfo.kmrobinsonbooks.com, in the back of all of my books. I can put it on my website. I can put it everywhere. And should one day Books to Read close down, now I do not have to worry about redoing all 1,000,001 of my novels to make sure that it has the correct link in it. I have that subdomain. The subdomain is always mine. It's part of my website. And then I can just change where that goes to. Let's say I have a contest going on and I want to redirect that to there. And then when the contest ends, I don't want it to just sit in the back of my book, right? I am going to be able to redirect it somewhere else. So when you have a subdomain that you reflect or redirect to another website, then you've got total control. It's not an ugly link because it's very easy for people to remember. goldeninfo.kmrobinsonbooks.com. It's links.kmrobinsonbooks.com. It's whatever I want it to be. It's not ugly. It's not big. It's not a lot of things people have to remember. It's very easy for me to remember, very easy for them to remember, and very easy to print it in a way that's going to look nice inside of any paperwork I'm printing this on. And again, I can redirect it whenever needed. So as long as I'm checking to make sure my links are still working, nothing is broken, everything is good, or if I change how I'm constructing things inside of my business, I can change whatever I need to and reflect it to whatever website, whatever page I need to redirect it to. Now, this can be done for QR codes as well. When you're designing your QR code, you're sending it to the subdomain that you have control over. You can then take that information and redirect it to wherever you need to go. These are always your links. You're always in control of these things where you're not on something like a book to read or sending them to an Amazon page or whatever it happens to be, where you're no longer in control. When things change, when things are not working the way that you had anticipated, if something closes down, you can still get people to some place that's going to be valuable to them so that you don't have broken links or issues with the back of your books, and you don't have to pay to reconstruct an entire novel or 30,000 novels if you write like me. And it's going to save you a ton of time, effort, and stress. So we are going to our website. we're creating a subdomain or a page on our website, which we then reflect or redirect to whichever link we want, and we can swap those out at any given time. If you have questions on any of this, you know I'm your tech guru here. I would love to get your questions answered. Go ahead and drop those down below. And if you have questions on surviving and thriving inside of the publishing industry, now's the time. We're dropping daily videos to help you level up so this can be your most profitable year ever. We'll see you in the next episode.